We are able to get together today at the very end of the week. I apologize. Yesterday, my schedule just did not allow me to get back to a chance to go live. Well, we're going to jump into maybe the most familiar psalm of all of the psalms, and that is Psalm 23. And we're just going to deal with the first three verses, and I've entitled it, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake." And so when we really look at this, I think there's a couple of things that I really want to zero in on so that it can steer our thinking today and through the weekend and really ultimately for the rest of our life. David, under inspiration, is able to cry out and declare a wonderful truth, and that is that the Lord, Jehovah, is my shepherd. He is not just the shepherd, though he is the shepherd, and more specifically, he is the chief shepherd. He is the good shepherd. But here David says, he is my shepherd. In other words, he loves me. He cares for me. He provides for me. He protects me. This is what my shepherd does. And he is my shepherd. And because of the fact that he is just not a shepherd out there, he is not just the shepherd out there, David said, because he is my shepherd, I'll never want. I am not going to sit around and look to other things to somehow satisfy my soul. I'm not going to look around for something else to be my protector. I'm not going to look around for something else to be my provider. I'm not going to look out and try to find something else to be my satisfier. I have the Lord, and he is my shepherd. There is nothing in this world that I want. Here's what my shepherd does. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. In other words, he is the one who is directing me into the right places. He is the one who is directing me into the place where there is provision, where there is safety, where there is enough. It's green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. In other words, I'm not going to have to fight the threat of drowning in order to get a drink. I'm not going to run the threat of being overtaken with waves while I cross the stream. My shepherd leads me to still waters. In other words, he leads me where I know I can have what it is that I need. I can get to where it is that my shepherd is taking me because it's still waters. He restoreth my soul, and he leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. In other words, the psalmist is reminding us that everything that God promised is wrapped up in his names. And the Lord is my shepherd, and I don't have to want because of all of his promises. Because these promises are tied to who he is, and he can never go back on them. He can never shirk his responsibility, and he never will. He wants to fulfill these promises that he has given. He is Jehovah Jireh, my God will provide. And we've gone through the names before, and there are so many different aspects of who I am and what I am in Christ because of who he is to me. And it's wrapped up in his name. He is my banner. He is my high tower. He is my health. He's my healer. He is all of these things for me. So he leads me in the paths of righteousness because that's what he does. That's who he is. My God is righteous. And so he leads me to what is right. Now don't make mistakes here. It doesn't mean that he leads me where things are easy. He doesn't always lead me where things are not threatening. It's just that there's no longer a threat because my shepherd is with me. It may be threatening all around me. The disciples were in a boat and the storms were fierce. And they needed to just see the fact that they were okay. You know why? Because the shepherd was with them. And life can sometimes be tumultuous, and it can be sometimes really stormy, and sometimes it can be very threatening. And yet we need to remember that our shepherd is there. It's okay. If this life ends, it's okay, because my shepherd will be there. We'll learn about that on Monday. We have to come to this place in our Christian lives where we get over ourselves. We stop looking to the world. We stop trying to find something that's tangible that I can hold. And we just need to run to the scriptures and hold on to the fact that the Lord is my shepherd. So I will not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He gives me fulfillment. He establishes my purpose. He tells me what is right and wrong. He restores my soul. He gives me the strength for another day. He leads me in the paths of righteousness. He will never lead me astray because his name is tied to it. I can trust him no matter what it looks like, no matter what it acts like, no matter what it seems like. My God is faithful. And so may God help us to constantly lean on our shepherd, who will always be our protector and our provider and our sustainer and our fulfillment. God bless you. I hope you have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week.